May.
May 4th.
May 4th, thank you.
So
I'm not here today.
we were concerned about the ribbon cutting stuff. Have you done anything about the ribbon cutting or doing anything like that?
No, I believe that both, we talked and Janice had emailed if you had any ideas or suggestions or what you wanted, and we heard nothing back, so.
Well, I'm confused. What was, you come to these meetings every month or every other week when we have them. Did you know this? I'm just curious why this was set up without discussing it with us. We could have done everything together.
We actually did discuss it at one of the construction meetings.
No, this committee, the full committee.
I sent out an email to the committee months ago, and I never got a response from any one of you.
Asking, well, we're a public meeting. We can't answer you like that. We need to talk at this meeting.
That
Right.
would be fine, I would have come and talked.
So a few months ago, you told us you guys were gonna have something in May?
We were gonna start looking into getting the open house done, because everybody in town is excited and wants to get in and look and see what their money has, paid for. So we just picked that date, the 4th. Now, if a ribbon cutting wants to happen, there's no reason why it can't happen. I think the actual open house is like from 1 to 3. We don't see why there can't be a ribbon cutting, 12 to 1 or however long it takes. I don't know. I don't know how long it took at the police station. I don't know if it's a half an hour, an hour.
No, it was a day event. We had the people walk through the building. We had all kinds of things going on
Right.
that day, yeah.
Right.
Didn't you have a prior event,
No, we had it all on that day.
All in one day. So that, why can't that happen? Why can't?
Well, I guess the only thing is it's already been advertised in your newsletter saying nothing about, everybody that gets your newsletter knows it's gonna start at 1. It doesn't say anything about a ribbon cutting, it just says an open house.
And we asked, for feedback from you, and we heard nothing. So,
Well, I will say I never received an email personally.
I'm thinking of the email too.
I'll print them out, I'll go back and, on my computer, and I'll give it to Nancy.
So at this point, could we do a ribbon cutting at 1 o'clock? Couldn't we just work on and doing that, and then as well as have the open house, which is kind of what we did at the police station? Would kind of work both things into it, because normally this committee, selectmen and other, I think we asked other, Chris, John, correct me,
We had
politicians.
Jim O'Day and
Yeah.
stuff. We have to give them a little bit of notice. You can't do it.
So have you asked any of the politicians?
No.
That is something that we probably should do.
I'm not sure if, did any, Senator, yes.
Senator Chandler?
No, not for the police station, though, I'm thinking.
No, police
I know
station.
for the,
I think
when
She
we,
came.
groundbreaking for this, she came.
But
groundbreaking.
Right.
she came for the police station, and then,
Oh, and they gave a citation and
yeah,
report back.
because Jim O'Day came too, I think.
Yes, yeah, but that is
I
something
mean,
that we should.
I guess that's what we
extend
can
to
do, but like I say, the notice went out already and
Well-
it's already advertised as.
Well, part of the problem is the following weekend is Mother's Day. Then after that, you start running into graduations, then Memorial Day, and then June comes.
Right.
So that was like the freest time spot, because you couldn't do it in April because we weren't really guaranteed of being settled enough to do it.
So, I guess I'm asking the rest of the committee if they would like to send out invitations to Jim O'Day, Harry Chandler, I know Lou Gilles, he came to the
Town hall. The town hall.
town hall one. I think it would be proper just to send them out and tell them, so I guess we're planning on doing it on May 4th at 1 o'clock.
1 to 3.
We'll do it at 1 o'clock, and then we can have the open house.
So if you can just change the agenda maybe from, I know the newsletter's already out, but anywhere else that you have it, put at 1 o'clock, we'll have a ribbon cutting, then we'll have an event to the other.
I think a lot of people will probably assume that there's gonna be a ribbon cutting.
Okay.
Just because we use the word open house.
Do you have refreshments and stuff?
The
The
Friends are
Friends.
sponsoring the caterer.
Okay. So, it's,
Yeah.
coffee, drinks,
Yeah, and we have performers lined up that are donating their time. The members of the board are going to be there greeting and taking people around to the different rooms and explaining what is going to be happening in those rooms or what could happen in those rooms. So if anybody has any questions, we're going to have a storyteller for the kids. So if families come with little children, they can go into the storytelling instead of running around.
so,
We're trying to incorporate the whole community.
so Tony, my question to you is, you think the parking lot will be done enough?
Yes.
Done enough or
Let's
done?
keep the rain away for a few weeks and we'll be fine.
Okay.
We have enough time between now and the end of April to get the work completed. What I don't know is if we have enough dry, clear, sunny days to get the work completed. We were able to paint today, weren't able to paint, yesterday and the day before. Rain expected on Friday. We're not anticipating final paving and restriping until the end of the month over that weekend. But let's just hope we get some dry weather between now and then to get the place cleaned up and the plants in the ground and everything will be looking
Okay.
landscaped.
Do you guys have anything else you need to talk about?
Well, I thought we were here for fundraising.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. I just wanna talk about this other thing first.
Okay.
Anything else on the grand opening, the ribbon cutting, anything else on that?
You'll get the ribbon and some scissors? Because you're gonna figure you're gonna have this group here. That's what, at least that's what I'm assuming, plus part of your group, because that's who put it together. That's what we did at the police
If you
station.
can't, just,
Who got it for the police station?
Now, I think I might have a lot
we'll
of the
take care of this, we'll take care of the ribbon. and we'll get-
ribbon and the scissors. I think I have a lot of
Because,
scissors left, and I think I might even have the blue ribbon
Yeah.
from that I bought last time, so.
Okay.
all right, is that good?
Thank you.
All
We'll
right.
just get who gave us
We had
the stanchions? Was it Kim? Or did you have them? Yeah, we put the ribbon,
We have two columns, just
Ah,
span
they're
between
two-
the columns to the
Okay.
building. And that way there you
It was
have
the town clerk,
you're under the
okay.
canopy
Yeah,
in case it's raining that day.
that's negative thinking.
all right, okay,
It's proper planning in New England.
all right.
Could be
So
snowing.
anything else, have anything on the open house ribbon cutting?
Yeah, just a question, Tony, what should we expect as far as the finish for landscaping at this point for the end of April?
Plants in the ground.
So it should look clean, just don't walk
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Clean, don't walk.
No, on the grass he's talking about, absolutely,
On
yeah.
the fields,
Yeah,
the
on the
fields and
fields,
yeah.
everything will be out.
Again, that field, until we can get equipment out there, it's not gonna happen this week.
So it'll be
We get a dry
that'll be
week,
mid-July?
let's hope not.
It's not gonna snow.
But
No, mid-July.
as far as the
dries.
other plants that are going in, the site landscape architect was going with the landscape contractor this week to the nursery to pick which plants, because the landscape architect has the option of picking those plants at the nursery before they get here. So they're doing that in anticipation that those will start going in the ground next week. Mulch, drain rock around the building, final paving, clean up, restripe, and get out of there.
Will the construction vehicle, whatever you call it, still be there?
No,
The
trailer.
no.
Oh, that's,
The plow?
no.
I think
No,
we
the
can get rid of.
Trailer's gone
Trailer's
already.
gone.
It's already-
The trailers are gone, there's a
Yeah.
dumpster, and there's a large tractor with the big snow bucket on the front of it. I think we're safe getting rid of that,
Cute.
although last night was quite interesting.
On until, yeah.
Nancy, can we get it on the town sign too? Ribbon cutting and, so people know. And maybe you could also see if maybe the library would help publicize the ribbon cutting. I don't know if you've thought about doing that, or any of the churches. Sometimes the churches will put it in their bulletin or make the announcement,
The light department could put a notice on the bills as they send them out.
Yeah.
but that'd be up to you guys.
Yeah, but it's May 4th, so
Sorry,
the
too
bill,
late.
the bill would come out the beginning of May, so,
And I get a bill at the 25th.
the middle, right, yeah. Yeah, I don't,
We do the public access station and so forth.
Yeah.
One of the, I'm not sure if the Oriole Healthcare is going to be gifting us a grill, and they asked about that day, so they might also be there, but we can tell them a certain time so it doesn't get in the way of anything else, so.
Okay.
Can you check with Tom about that, how far away it has to be?
All right, all set with that. Let's go into fundraising. What do we got?
All right, I talked to Emmett from Elder Services. He
I'm just-
stressed,
just identify yourself and tell what, you're talking from the committee, what the Council on
I'm the
Aging,
Council on Aging,
not the Friends.
not the Friends.
Okay, Council on Aging.
Council on Aging.
Okay.
So I talked to him this morning about fundraising, and
I'm sorry, who's Emmett?
he's from the Elder Services.
No, he's the Director of Executive Office of Elder Affairs for the state.
Elder Services. Asked him about fundraising, and he was very strong, opinionated that the COA board cannot do any fundraising at all. It has to be gone through the Friends. The Friends have to do any fundraising there is. Any money that they do raise can be used for anything. It can be put towards the building expense, it could be put towards TVs, anything that we need.
Events,
Programs, things like that. The problem we're having, and I'm not gonna throw anybody under the bus, but is the chairperson on the Friends goes away from December until the end of April. Nothing is done. Nothing is done during that time. They don't meet regularly on once a month. When the chair gets back, I plan to sit down with her and have a discussion about them attending our meetings more frequently. They're supposed to give us an accounting of how much money they actually have. I've never seen it. I've been on this committee for God knows how long, and I've never seen one. I've never even had a friend come to any of the meetings.
Do they fund
They fund things
programs
that
now?
we need.
How mu,
Yes,
I mean, how
yes.
much have they funded in the last year? Or maybe when you were down on Hartwell Street?
You know, they fund, maybe 2,000-3,000, even at the TV, they do,
The
they
floor.
they helped with the floor, they sponsored a couple of events, you know,
Okay.
and they do the annual New Year's Eve luncheon. They have told me they are planning to fund the expansion of the patio, because it's very narrow, so there's no room for outdoor furniture, so they are planning to put some of their funds towards that pretty much immediately.
And Barbara now is on the Friends. She has been for years. She's gonna be the liaison between the Friends and COA. So that is a step closer to getting, getting
Communication.
in touch with what they're doing. And to get them to start doing something about the fundraising. I mean, we can give them ideas of what we think we should do, but we can't get involved in any of the asking for money.
No, we agree with that, I mean, we all understand that.
Right, so we are working to get going on it, but I have to wait until she gets back from Florida.
So are you guys gonna make a list of things you want your wish list and give it to
We've been
them?
working on that anyways because of Steve's,
Right.
so we have been working on that.
She should be back at the end of the month.
Right.
Yeah, once you get in, you're gonna find things that you don't know.
Right.
Until you're there and run it for a couple months or a
Right.
couple weeks,
Yeah.
you're gonna find, oh, we need this, we need that.
A question of concern, and maybe you can't answer it. The Friends, when we did all the presentations, it was presented that the Friends would be doing fundraising, am I correct? That is the right group to help with this going forward. That
It
was
is, but
part
it
of,
wasn't- It wasn't the Friends who stood up and said anything about fundraising. It was, Bob Chisholm is the one that was pushing the fundraising at all these town meetings.
Yeah,
He's the one, and he wasn't on, at that point, he wasn't on the COA. I don't know if he was on Fisp at that point.
He was the liaison between the two, wasn't he, at the time?
Yeah, maybe.
If I could,
So,
I mean, I don't know, why,
I'm
to
just-
find, to figure out what went wrong up till now, it's not gonna help us. I know
I just
that
want to make
wasn't your
sure,
question.
right, I'm
Right.
just making sure that I've got the right group in my head. That was
Yes.
separate from you, which I
Yes.
think we need to make sure the townspeople understand.
Yeah.
Because you guys are doing what you needed to do. That's what I was trying to make clear.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna step up and start getting in touch with her and make sure that she comes to our meetings, or I go to one, go to their meeting whenever they meet, I don't know. So we'll move forward on fundraising, and by next meeting or whatever, I'll let you know what's going on.
Do you know how many people are on the Friends?
How many people are on the Friends? How many people are on the Friends? 7.
Now, the new newsletter that's full color with ads,
Yes.
who's getting that money? The Friends?
No, the advertisers pay for that with LTI, the publisher. So,
So all that ads, all that gets you is the newsletter?
yes, it gets us needed money.
So you guys don't get any part of that?
Supposedly, if they can fill up the advertisements, there'll be a 10% kickback, not kickback, or whatever, that goes back to the Friends.
Do they pay for the mailing? Do they pay for the mail? They pay for the
Yes.
postage and everything?
They pay for the bulk mailing program, and they pay for the postage.
So that, you used to do that?
Yes. Well, no, I mean, they did that, but I would do all the printing and the paper and all that cost.
Because it looked like, to me, it looked like a lot of ads. There were a lot of ads in it.
Some
I
of them-
thought.
Some of them are not local, but yeah.
No, yeah, I don't, that's right.
It's that, no cost to the town whatsoever.
No, but I think it'd be nice if you made money from it.
Well,
Seems like they're making money for what they sent out.
Yeah,
Yeah, one thing I would just mention, as we went around and did the road shows, obviously, Bob Chisholm got up and at every meeting was emphasizing how much work the seniors would put into fundraising. We've gotten mixed messages in the past as far as exactly what's going on. Frankly, I still am not quite sure what happened, but you might want to consider putting out some sort of a public notice on what's happening. So it was part of the presentation to the town that there would be a fundraising effort. Nobody's heard anything about it so far, so if you have a plan that you're putting together, it would be nice to get that out into public view so the town sees that you're following through with the promises. So,
And that would be the Friends.
however I have to address it.
Well, we can't do anything till the chairperson's back.
Right.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure nothing was done.
all right.
End of the month, she'll be back.
Anybody else have anything on fundraising?
Anything from you guys?
These are other members from the Friends?
No, these are COA.
COA.
Barbara's the only friend.
She's our only friend?
My only friend.
Thank you guys for coming so
So-
much, appreciate it.
So, besides Barbara, you never talked to this group that we're calling the Friends?
No.
I mean, you know. Yeah, you talked to
I talked to them, I emailed the president a lot, it's like, especially the brick, the patio, and-
Of having a fundraiser for selling the bricks, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Her ideas. and-
But that's not happening yet.
No, because she hasn't been around.
Yeah.
No, there was no talk before December about that.
Well, actually, they are planning to do it. They
Okay.
sent me she made a blurb for me to put in the newsletter that the Friends are expanding on the patio, and if you want a memory brick, I'll have an order form for them,
No,
And I
I-
spoke to Anna about that, about, the bricks and selling the bricks and stuff like that, and asked her how it went, and just to get an idea. And she said, you're lucky if you break even
But
on that.
But this is not really like a fundraiser. They're gonna be expanding the patio. That's part of their their past funds or whatever that they're doing. But they're offering memory bricks for anybody that wants to put something in, you know, to have a historical piece in the brick. you
Well,
know,
just-
to add to it.
Yeah, not just bricks, whatever you want to put, like, I mean, the Pride Park did it, and they made money, I know when we did that, and then there's one at the baseball fields, too, that made, so I don't know how you break even.
I don't know, that's what she told me.
I thought you get so much per brick.
I like Ray's idea though, about making it some kind of public information saying what's going on with the Friends and how they're working with you guys. So the townspeople know what is
That
happening.
we're moving forward, all right.
All right, anybody else on that?
I did have one kind of off-topic question. The windows from the Old Stone Church, was anything ever decided, were you gonna bring in one of those memorial windows into the senior center or not?
The stained glass, well, the Historical Society has them, and we went to look at them to see if they were viable, I mean, to use. They can't be used in exterior wall.
Right.
So they're in pretty good shape. We took a couple of stained glass teachers over to look at them, and they said they could clean them up and get them sealed, you know, so there's no lead paint. They wouldn't be used in exterior wall, but we could hang them in a wall and so
Exactly.
forth. So those teachers gave their price to clean and fix them to the Historical Society, and that's the last I've heard, so.
So it's likely gonna happen.
Wouldn't the CPA pay for that?
Yeah.
CPC?
Yeah, there's a historical piece, so yeah, something could be,
CPA would-
right, if that's something, somebody wants to bring something forward to the,
Yeah,
Then we just have to get it from the Historical
Yeah.
Society. I know they don't have all of them, I know.
no, I just recently talked to the Bev Gooddeal, and she said they took what they could, but, you know, they said the same thing, what are we gonna do with them? Where are we gonna store them? You know, they're gonna all break, you know, they need work, so they took a few pieces, and I believe the place, I think they sold some too.
There were 4 memorial windows that were unique, which presumably they would have held on to, but yeah, there were tons of windows.
Yeah, they could-
There's no way they were gonna take them all.
Right, I would think something maybe hanging on the wall, something small.
Yeah, we measured them and we could put them in the library, the back library, there's 2 bare walls there that they would work.
Right.
Or even in the games room, there's a large wall there, you know, and then we could just backlight it, so, you know.
I mean, like I say, I've seen one just on the wall,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it looks fine, not backlighted, they look good. I don't know if you want to put it in the game room, there's gonna be a lot of pool sticks and things flying
Maybe
around.
in the library.
Especially when they lose.
They're a little rowdy, do they?
Yeah, they do.
They'd be away from the,
Yeah.
yeah. But there's wall space, so.
Yeah, there's plenty of room.
If they offer them to us, it would be great, it'd be a piece of history, you know. So.
Can you do a follow-up with them to see where it stands?
Yes, I can,
Hang it
talk
over the
to
fireplace.
new president there and see where it stands, because they have a
Yeah.
new board.
Okay. Thank you so much for everybody showing up. Appreciate
Thanks.
it.
Thank you.
All right. The senior center itself, consider voting to sign off on a substantial completion.
Oh, what is it? If Lisa leaving or she's staying? Lisa, are you, I mean, I don't, I'm just, I know we're not on, I don't see anything here about furniture. I know furniture's been an issue, and I don't see anything on the agenda. So, if you were leaving, but maybe Tony could
I'll
answer.
talk about it under my report if you want.
Okay.
And I just asked Tony this morning if he's heard from Chris Leonard, and he has not. I talked to him last week, he was supposed to send me pictures of an alternate for the tables because they are unacceptable. I haven't heard anything from that. I do know on the chairs that were damaged, you know, chairs that are in the games room and the classroom, every single one of them was damaged. I guess the plan is to take off the backs and replace them.
All right. We'll talk about
But
that.
that's supposed to happen, no.
Thank you, Lisa. All right, so substantial completion. Tony, your recommendation.
Recommendation is that you should vote to accept it. It's largely been signed off by the architect and your local inspectors, so we have a certificate of substantial completion as of March 18th. You have the building under your insurance at this point. So pretty much a fait accompli for this committee to vote to accept it because it's your building anyways.
But I just want everybody to understand that voting to substantial completion does not absolve the RAC from finishing his punch list, which he still
Right.
has quite a few things on the punch list to
Yes.
finish. So this is just, like Tony just said, accepting
You have a
substantial
fully
completion.
itemized punch list with a value of about $219,000 on it. So that is the money that you are currently holding. The contractor has an invoice, although I think there's an invoice on the table tonight, bringing up to, but not dipping into that balance that's available. So that's money he will not get until all of those items photographed and documented in the punch list are complete. Plus, there's still the balance of work to complete, which is the exterior work that you haven't paid for, he has an invoice for, it remains there to complete that work, and then the punch list associated with that exterior work as well. So the only punch list that was really done on the building was those items that are categorized as needed for occupancy: handicap ramps, egress ways, exterior doorways, egress path, life safety systems, and the interior working of the building. So that's what's been signed off to date.
Are any of the outstanding items preventing the seniors from occupying the building?
Nope.
So you said about 219,000.
For the punch list items.
When is the deadline that, I don't want this to go on for 6 months. So does he have a deadline that will be completed by, or is he just gonna,
So he has 60 days to complete those punch list items from March 18th.
okay,
So say mid-May somewhere. Completing the site work and those items, they should be able to complete that by May 18th, which would put their final 100% invoice in for the end of May. In the meantime, we're paving, final paving, which is 1.5 inches, is not in place, right? We've got binder down, we haven't done the final paving. In order to achieve substantial completion and get a temporary occupancy, cold patch paving was put in to make up the difference at those ramps so that it is still accessible. It meets the accessibility code. Those ramps will be removed and final paving will then bring it up to finished grade at the proper elevations.
is it normal in something like this that we keep more than the 219,000 to motivate him to get it done?
No, you can only keep what is certified value of the
Okay.
work. And so the architect and I go through that, and we do bump up the value. It's not where the contractor said, oh, that's worth $5. We know in order to keep a trade, so you have a complete list, we look at it and say, okay, how much does the painter have? What's it gonna take to keep his interest here? So we may kick his up a few dollars to make sure there's enough there to get him to come back and do it.
Okay.
And I say that, I should follow up with, the painter's been there. The painter was outside today. He was been in the building since March 18th, touching up everything that was on the list and even a few things that we've picked up since that list was completed. As lights come on in the building, as anybody would imagine when you paint your house. Now you've got some sunny, bright days, you've got a lot of windows, you look and you say, come back and do it again. So today they were repainting a hallway that probably 4 or 5 different people, some of whom are on this committee, some are who on Lisa's group have walked down and said, I don't like the hallway paint. So they painted it again today. I think it's 4th coat of paint on that hallway, but hopefully this one in certain sunlight. The hallway's getting narrower by the millimeter. But hopefully when the sun's shining down the hallway and the lights are on and it's got sconces and wall lights on it, it doesn't look so bad.
That's a good point, because Chris and I walked through the building, we saw the same thing.
I didn't see the whole hallway, but I saw a few
Yeah.
running,
And
paint
we
running.
mentioned to Tony.
Needed to
Tony-
be sanded down and
Yeah.
repainted.
They took it.
Okay.
So, Ray, you got something?
Yeah, I had a question. I'm missing a piece here. So last time we met, We voted that we would accept substantial completion the Monday following the meeting, pending a review of town council as to whether or not it limited our ability to go after liquidated damages. So, obviously that didn't happen, since we haven't accepted it yet, so what's the missing bit here?
Well, we haven't had a meeting since then.
But it was a conditional vote.
For substantial completion?
Yeah, as long as town council. I
Said we wouldn't be waiving any, yeah,
Yeah.
so the town council said, I recall reading that email and it was, my head was spinning like all of town council's emails.
Yeah.
It's in here.
Does it read in English?
No,
I don't think, if that's the one I'm
You
thinking
said
about,
you
wasn't
didn't
it?
need to call an emergency meeting to sign the certificate. The board could sign it at its next meeting.
No,
That's not
that
the
wasn't the question we asked.
Hold on one second here.
Is that in our agenda package?
Yeah, it's in here.
Oh, it's in the,
It was,
Unless the town is able to show that the architect acted in bad faith, fraudulently, capriciously, arbitrarily, or committed an error of law in issuing the certificate, it's, in my opinion, the certificate, okay, hang on, where's liquidated damages? Hang on.
that
There's
was if
another-
we could charge
The
him
first
so much
part.
a day.
Hang on
Yeah.
one second. Yes.
Like 10 grand a day or something like that?
15.
Liquidated damages
500.
are designed to compensate the town for damages attributable to the delayed delivery of the project.
Correct.
And ultimately, this is a policy decision for the town that should be made in consultation with the project team. However, legally, based on my review of the documents that you forwarded, and my understanding that the completion date has been extended by change order, in my opinion, the town can assess liquidated damages as set forth above.
Again, not the question.
well, I think what he's trying to say is, because one question that came up at the last meeting was liquidated damages. And I felt, and I think the lawyer kind of reiterated, whatever the word is, that there wasn't any damages, that it didn't cause any monetary delays or anything like that. So,
Okay.
and that's why I think we should accept the completion as the way it is now, because the architect is happy, Tony's happy with the progress so far. It's not done, but we're holding money back.
I really don't have an issue with that. I mean, if we were ready to sign it off a month ago, we're ready to sign it off now. My point being that the question was, we had extended it to whatever it was, February 28th, and as of March 13th, we were considering it, and the liquidated damages were beyond that period of time, which is not what the opinion is that you just read. He or she, whoever wrote the opinion, was assuming that this was within the scope of the extended timeline. So again, it's not really the question we're asking. I don't know that it really matters, but I just wanted to understand why it hadn't been done.
So my recommendation, the contract is still open. You have not waived any rights to any liquidated damages. If this committee wants to put forth what items have caused you damage and what those amounts are, we can certainly send that to RAC on your behalf and say the town feels that between the date of X and the date of Y, it incurred these damages. Here's our itemized damages. How do you anticipate covering these? Do you want to send us a check? Do you want to do a change order off the bill? But the architect and I have both advised this committee that we are not charging you anymore. We had a conversation that the church does not cost you any more to stay there. So what damages are you looking for coverage on? And I think that's where council looks, reads those documents, and it is advising you, what are your damages? What are you asking for? If not, just accept the
So the
bill.
main potential liquidated damages
Yes.
are architect's fees, OPM fees, and rent for temporary space. and we are not incurring any of those.
And I don't know that there's anything outside of that, it's not like we're storing furniture, that's one where, on a particular project, our furniture is held up, we're not able to accept it, we need the furniture vendor to hold it, they charge you a month's storage, right? Something to that effect. We don't have any of that.
So basically, it sounds good when you do it, but more than likely, you're never gonna really.
Well, it's a protection you hope you never have to use, right?
I think Ray's point is that we already took a vote on this, why is we not doing, why is it not coming up, why is it coming up again?
Yeah.
Correct?
There you go.
Okay, so and the only reason, he's absolutely right, but I just wanted to double check, make sure everybody was happy, so that's why I put it on the agenda again, so I would just like to take a vote and.
So the vote was done last time, if there were no issues, that we
Right,
voted to
so we're all set, so we don't have
substantial
to,
completion.
But I would think we formally have to
Yeah.
accept it. I mean, that's a vote that should get recorded.
that's what I think we should do now. So somebody make a motion.
I move that we accept substantial completion.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Alright. Approve change order number 8 for $0. Yes.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Well, what is it?
It's zero, we wanna know what it is. Is there really an order, is there a change
It
order?
really is.
For $0?
No, there is.
It's in your package, right?
I didn't see it.
Is it not?
What, is the money coming back
That's probably.
from
No.
other things?
Change something from yellow to green?
It's that extra coat of paint on the hallway that's.
It's the extra coat of paint, and it's, moving the date of substantial completion.
Okay, I retract my question. It doesn't matter. If it was off the top, that would be fine.
Okay.
It's a no-cost change order to move the date to March 18th,
Oh, jeez.
which is what you've just accepted.
Alright. C is D&L Bills invoice number 26202, $5,361. This is for the pool tables.
Pool tables, pool racks, pool cues, pool balls, all the associated items that were bought from D&L Billiards have been delivered and installed in the game room.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Just-
I'm sorry, discussion?
Any remaining costs associated with getting the billiards room set up? Is it, this is it? No more?
No, the next invoice.
Next, there's one more invoice after this.
So,
Yeah,
Well, this isn't purchases. These are purchases you've already voted on. These are just now paying the
Paying the
bills.
Yeah. But you're saying there is another one?
there's one more after this.
D&L Billiards is in the next one for $238.
That's for lights, right?
so
No?
the pool tables
There's two
are
here. There's another.
ready and awaiting the Deluzio Mallet grudge match
Yes.
for $1.50.
$5,300.
Excellent idea.
$5,361 worth.
So,
Oh,
other than these
grudge
two
match.
invoices, we're done with the billiards.
Sure.
We hope.
Okay?
So everything we need in the billiards room, under that line in the budget is now, we don't need anything more.
That's correct.
Okay.
Whether the room needs more, furnishings, artwork,
Right.
other stuff,
Is
that's
that-
yet to be seen.
Right, alright, so all in favor on that one?
Aye.
The second invoice is, Tony called me one day and he said, we have a problem, we don't have 2 pool cube.
Racks.
And I looked back and the original PO only had 1, so we had to find a second one, so that's this one here.
So that's,
In the original quote,
right, it was 2.
it was 2. Somewhere when the purchase order got issued, it was 1. So we just called and said, bring another one.
So that's $238.42.
Been delivered, hanging on the wall.
Alright,
So moved.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Cape Law invoice number 12005 for $703.
That was for that email?
That's for,
No, that was for,
no, that was for the,
KP Law is looking at a couple different issues for you, right?
it was for the fire protection issue. Spoke with Tony.
Mm-hmm.
What was KP Law looking at the fire protection?
This,
I don't know.
this was
So we
for,
wanted them to make sure that we were correct in our review of the documents and that you were in good standing. The fire protection contractor is claiming he didn't own certain work on the fire pump house, the floor, the insulation around the perimeter, and the skirt band that goes around the foundation. It's called for on our drawings. He claimed he didn't own it. He did the work under protest. We wanted KP Law to review the documents as well as our position. The contractor has now done the work. This committee voted to allow me to assess $30,000 in holdings. That work has now been done to the tune of $15,000. We have yet to have a claim actually filed from the contractor for that 15. So he may just take advice that we were right by our counsel and not go to his counsel and just make it go away. which
Does
is
he,
what we would
does
hope.
he know that we have a council's opinion?
Yes, yes,
So who initiated this contact with KP Law?
Not me.
you did. This committee told me to contact.
Contact KP Law
Yes,
in regards
yeah.
to this?
I don't do that without
Right.
advising this committee
we
first.
did it, yeah.
You also had them chasing down the previous demolition contractor, and this group asked me to follow up with them on both of those issues.
What's the status on that?
That's nothing to do with this Fisp board, right? That's the board of selectmen.
That's, yeah,
That's selectmen.
so moved.
Second?
All in favor?
All right.
RCA Buildings Incorporated, payment number 12, $13,792. What does that bring us, Tony?
So that brings you with a, sitting here of a balance inclusive of the 219 retainage, with a total of $405,666. So that's the 219 plus, 180 to complete the site work.
So moved.
Second.
It's just a question, so typically there's a percentage retainage on top of everything, is that
5%.
including that?
Yeah, that's the retainage, 219.
But the actual exposure that we have, whatever that number is, 219. But I thought as a matter of practice, we would also hold back some additional percentage for basically potential errors in calculations and that sort of thing. Are we just holding back the actual projected dollar value?
Yeah, all you can hold back is what's in the certified application.
Okay.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Collier International, 530, number 536, was $9,216.67.
And that brings you to where?
Brings us to one more payment for the month of April, May, whatever I'm here.
So moved.
Second.
The last payment will be the same amount?
Same amount.
All in favor?
All right.
Dell invoice number 103-066-76, $1,618.29. Is this the one?
This is partial invoice for the Dell equipment through Paul McKinsey CM Geeks. It is not in total of the purchase order allotted to him. It is strictly for the Dell systems which have been installed this week, or last week previous. The invoice came out this week. He's installing phones, Wi-Fi systems, connecting the network. I think there's a connection that needs to happen between town hall servers and the servers now at the senior center. So this is a partial payment of $1,600.
So moved.
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry, this also includes the TV screens, 3 TVs.
So this comes up again under other. Is that just the same amount comes up under other? Is that just a mistake?
Let me see that.
Dell invoice number 103-066-76700. That's just,
Looks like it did.
it listed twice?
Yeah, you should not pay Dell, you should pay
No.
CM Geeks.
Under other, Dell is listed again, the same invoice number.
So,
Okay.
yeah, right, it is.
Do you have the highlighted one, Tony? So, whatever, I mean, I'm just,
But this invoice was for Dell.
Is
The one we
this
just
same
talked
one
about.
We had at the last meeting that we couldn't figure out.
No, that's the next one.
No. So this is.
this is
invoice
equipment we already know we were getting, we're
Right.
just paying the bill.
To Dell.
I don't think you had a contract with Dell. These were quotes that came in from CM Geeks, and this committee authorized CM Geeks to the tune of,
13 something, was it?
yeah, 15,000, 19,000.
1309, 13019?
Okay, I'll go with
So how is
that.
it possible that we're paying Dell
Back rate.
directly if we contacted with CM Geeks? Wouldn't we pay CM Geeks and then they would
Right.
pay Dell?
So this should go right to CM Geeks then? Okay.
So somebody want to amend it?
This invoice, if you look at it though, it does say Dell, at least one of them, for 1,618.29 at the top.
But we don't have a contract with Dell.
Right,
We
but
don't
I'm
have
just
an account
saying,
with Dell, so we
he
can't.
didn't have it made
Right.
out.
Is that up to 4,200, 1695 and 1695?
No.
Yeah, it's a different one.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's go back to this, Dell invoice lands in 6,700. So we need to make a change on the,
Well, I don't know,
Oh, I'm sorry.
what,
You do have a Dell purchase order attached. So you cut a purchase order to vendor Dell directly. TA number 4, it's attached, right?
Is that this one, Tony, that you're, it says Dell at the top of it.
so is this on and above?
Next
the-
page back, you have
Right.
a purchase order actually to Dell.
So is this on and above the price we got from CM Geeks? Didn't we get one price from them for
Has to
30?
be. And they're not gonna include it in their budget if we're getting it.
was this something that they needed after or something?
Yeah, and I was gonna say. do we
No,
know
this
what it
is all part of his original scope.
So we're gonna take,
Provide the
this-
TVs, provide the monitors, provide the computers.
so we're gonna take this off his bill then, his bid.
This says on it for the TVs.
Right.
Detail and the
Well, you know what I mean? We're gonna-
Yeah, I
so
would think so, because that's. he
If
gave
we
us-
pay him $13,000, we should take the $1,600, whatever it is, right off the,
How much have we paid him so far, Tony? Do you know?
I don't know.
Is that on your sheet there?
Telecom, we've not paid balance remaining 22,000, but I don't think that's all his.
Okay, so I think we still have a motion and a second to pay this Dell bill.
And you do have a bona fide purchase order, so,
But as John said, that should come off.
in the matching amount.
Yeah, well, we gotta figure out what we've paid, have we paid
but
anything?
before we pay the final bill to CM Geeks, we gotta figure out,
Yeah.
take that off it.
Because the last invoice is also a direct Dell invoice, 1695.
Yeah, you're right, it is.
No, what do you mean, the
No.
CM Geeks?
No, 1618, same thing.
No, it's the same
It's the
number.
same
No,
invoice.
1695.75.
That's the CM Geeks.
Yes.
It says bill to town of West Boylston. Just reading what's here.
I'm just looking at the agenda, sorry.
Well, again, I gotta wonder
This is the
if
one
it's
that's been
double
hanging
billing.
around here because we couldn't,
Figure out what it was
They-
for.
what happened was, I gave you, the purchase order had a different price than the invoice that came through, so we couldn't match them up. So I sent everything to Paul and I said, you need to make sense of this. And if you look at it, I did, he tells me that thus far we have paid $3,966.12 for the 4 desktop computers. Item number 5 initially priced out at $4,200. Items 3 and 4 are covered under this invoice that ends in 96, and we have yet to be billed for items 1, 2, 6, and 7. He said that was correct. He has paid for 1, 2, and 6, and will send an invoice shortly to cover that. 7 is labor, and he bills that at the end. So that the 3 and the 4 don't match the prices in the purchase order.
I'm looking at a purchase order and it does match. 1,618.29. It says purchase order.
Well, this, and then,
Can we just ask him to clarify exactly what these two invoices are for?
We've asked him twice already.
Yeah, we have.
And why can't we get an answer?
Can we put these off and have them come into the next meeting?
Sure.
That'll be easy. So, I mean, if somebody would withdraw that motion to pay it till the next meeting?
so moved.
Second.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's, I don't know.
So Paul McKenzie is CM Keats?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, as this, the POs are both to Town of West Boylston and to his attention, but for us to pay Dell directly?
I would recommend that we put CM Geeks and Dell off till we see him next meeting. If that's okay with everybody.
Yep.
I agree.
Yeah, because this bill says total 4 different times in it.
It is very confusing.
Yeah, okay.
All right,
I was also curious why there's a 32-inch monitor on a computer.
It's not on
It's
the
so
computer.
big.
That's what's.
That's the monitor for the classroom.
Okay, that's really small for a classroom.
Really
Just
2 inches?
odd. I mean,
Right, that's.
I have no comment.
we'll talk to him when he comes in. All right, so let's go back. We're gonna skip over CM Geeks. We're gonna go to Shanahan invoice number 27373, 19,560.40.
This is for all that,
All the sound AV equipment, 2 hanging projectors, 1 in the great room, 1 in the classroom. Sound system, assisted listening system throughout the great room. Associated speakers, wiring, control panel, amplifier, volume control mixes, lapel microphones, wireless microphones, corded microphone, and a microphone stand.
That is all done.
And the staff has
done.
been trained on how they all work.
All done and trained.
Nice.
They're loving it.
What's the warranty on those, on that equipment?
They stand.
Different equipment has different manufacturer's warranty.
Do we have
3 to 5
extended
years.
warranties on any of those?
You did not have extended warranties.
What could go wrong with that stuff?
Everything.
It's technology, it'll be obsolete before it goes bad, hopefully.
What did we have originally budgeted for this? Is this within the projected budget?
Yes.
it's like 20,000 here, so what was the budget for this?
What was the budget?
Oh, it's like 23,000, 24,000.
The budget. If you would
So the
mind.
next invoice also for
Kind.
Shanahan, is that part of this also?
So Tony, now that you passed this out, what's the budget for this portion?
AV equipment. Loaded into the telecom above. Budget was 63 and we spent 65.3, 65,000.
Including this?
Including this. So we went a bit over on our total AV communication computer equipment line item.
Does Shanahan service this stuff or arrange for its service?
I believe they service it. I don't know what you will need service when you say that, but.
Well, if something goes wrong, we don't have
Yeah,
Somebody
they have
on
taps.
staff that's technically proficient.
Yep.
So move.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
I,
Aye.
All right, now Shanahan invoice number 27374 $4,630.24.
So moved.
That's the same thing, correct? Same equipment? For same AVs, same,
So this is in room 106. This, I guess they've just broken out the classroom from the great room.
So this isn't, so one of them have one projector and this one has one projector?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. So there are, the main room has a projector. Oh, this one has a Panasonic, and the other one has an NEC. To confuse things that much more, now we have two different brands they're gonna have to learn how to use.
All they do is flip a switch. It is the easiest system. You can't even mess it up. Come on up.
You say it's an easy
Come on
system,
up
but
tomorrow.
Guaranteed,
it work?
the first day someone tries to use it, it won't connect.
all right, so we hear a motion on that one.
So, second.
We already did.
Yeah, I thought we did.
On the second one, we didn't, did we?
Whatever.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Ray and Siobhan.
Oh, okay.
Aye.
Aye. All right, then the last one is, oil fill ladder option. So I think we're not getting one from,
Just
like Range or something like that?
explain, oh, oil filled that.
That's, you can buy it from wherever you like. I gave you an option on there. Granger has several of them. I don't know at this point whether Lisa, as we wrapped up the police station project, there were some things that the police department did orders for and then sent the bill here. I don't know if Nancy needs to do a
How much
purchase
is it?
order
How
to
much is the
somebody.
ladder?
You can find them from $800 to $1,800.
We'll buy the $800 one, why are we buying it?
What's it for?
So you need a 3-foot platform
Yeah.
to get to the fill pipe for the fuel oil of the fire pump house. The fuel delivery guys will not bring a ladder with them. They don't work from a ladder, so they require a stair and a platform,
Like a little
which
deck.
then requires a railing on it. It's outside, it needs to be galvanized, painted. So we're regrading that area to receive a platform. You just need a stair and a platform to put there.
But this has nothing to do with the contract.
No.
This is,
It was not in the
there's
contract.
nothing to do with that, so we're gonna.
Nobody
do-
knew the fill pipe was gonna be
Right.
90 inches off the ground.
So we're gonna buy it ourselves.
Well, why wouldn't we just, this should be part of the project. Why should, I mean,
But it wasn't.
Yeah,
No,
it
no,
should come out of
no.
the project
Yeah, I know.
It's not
budget.
part of the project, but what I'm saying, the REC is not responsible for this.
no, I'm just saying, so we should just get one and do it now, get it done.
We gotta have somebody install it.
I think we should just get it
It will
done.
get shipped and dropped, and that's what I'm asking. Do you want Lisa to go do it? Who's gonna write the PO? I can't write your POs, right?
Does it require installation or is it just plop?
No, they're pre-built. Yeah, you have to plug the railings in, and set it up.
You gotta.
Somebody's
the
gotta
building
install
somehow,
it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, but
So-
we're having a ring put in where you can chain it to the platform, chain it to the paved area and not have it disappear.
So it's just gonna sit there freestanding?
Yeah, sits on the back of the
Oh,
building.
okay, okay. I thought it had to be bolted to the
Bolted
building.
to the
That's
building.
what I
No.
would think.
You can bolt it to the ground,
Okay, well,
rather than try to bolt it to the building.
I understand what it needs, I mean, I don't understand how it has to be installed, but how do we get it? We need to get it and put it on there.
Let's just get it.
And not, so for the 2 times, for the one time in 10 years, they're gonna fill up that oil tank, we need to have a platform.
So, I guess we're asking, can you order this for us if we give you a PO? Or should we order it?
Yeah, if you want, can Lisa write?
I can write
POs?
the PO, but I thought you had to select what you wanted first.
I will.
Okay, you tell me what you want, you send me it.
And
I'll
let us
do
know
the
if there's installation that we need to have
Right.
someone do, or can I?
There is not for this, but when we get to that, I will definitely take your help in installation.
Oh, you'll install it for us, thank you.
No, this next item you need to have help for.
There is nothing else,
There's nothing
nothing
on
on
the
the agenda.
Don't I get new business?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. platform. First off, I have to get platform information to Nancy. All right, where are we? Furniture. Did you want to hear more about furniture?
Yeah, see, I thought that was a major. Go ahead.
It is. The tables for the dining room are unacceptable. What showed up is not what we ordered. It is definitely usable. So they are left there now while the vendor tries to figure out what the options are for them replacing it. You haven't paid for them. The issue is, we specified laminate, like tables that you're sitting at, laminate tables. They had discussed with us not doing wood base, but an aluminum base, because the aluminum would be lighter. We received a quote for aluminum laminate dining room tables. What came off the truck were aluminum tables spray painted,
So why did we accept them?
because they were there, and it doesn't do any harm to accept them. And it gives you furniture,
No, I think,
For the meantime.
yeah, I think that, right,
Okay.
accept them so we have something.
right? They're there.
So we're using them.
You accept the building, you're using them.
Okay.
They know we've rejected them. We've told them we're not paying $10,000 for these tables.
Yep.
They haven't submitted an invoice. They know that they're not what was specified. They're now trying to work with Lisa to say, okay, what can we offer you? What if these were really cheap tables? Would they be acceptable? If we have to replace them, what's gonna be acceptable? And, you know,
So I
So,
assume what you
at this
ordered
point-
is not available. What was ordered is not
oh,
available.
what we ordered is available. It's probably just at a different cost point.
Okay,
So this particular vendor's now trying to figure out, geez, what do we do?
Okay.
Rather than just take $10,000 worth of tables back
So
and
where are
bring
these
you
tables?
They're
15,000.
in the kitchen,
They're in the dining
the dining room, but
Just the dining, they're aluminum tables
but the
with
problem
laminate
is that
covers?
Lisa was worried about, the health, because the aluminum would, like,
It has a seam.
cracks in them, seams in them. So she's worried about food falling in and around the edge of the seams. So she's worried about food getting caught in there, you won't be able to clean it correctly.
Yeah, so I'm confused. So they bid this package of furniture.
Yeah,
We specify all the things we're ordering.
Right.
They send something else.
right.
Why don't we just say, send us what you were supposed to send us? I'm missing something.
That's
We
exactly
did.
what we did say.
And he wrote back to us and said, let me talk to my management, come up with some options. Because again, there's money on the table. It's not like we've all ever ordered something and had something else show up.
I did
right?
hear you say that the price point on the tables that we ordered is different, so they were wrong on the price point. They made an error on the price point.
They got a
But
They billed us for, they didn't bill us, they quoted us for what they've delivered.
Yes, and
Their
what
problem is it's gonna cost them more now to give you what you want.
but
Yes.
it's their responsibility.
Right.
So, Ray, what they're saying is, would you take the tables, if you give them for $1 a piece, would you take the
Yeah,
tables?
I get it, but I'm still,
I gotta-
from the original quote, we wanted table X, we got table Y. Why would the price be higher if we just asked deliver table X?
well, to us, it's not gonna be, because we're gonna use their quote. To
Right.
them, it's
They're
gonna
trying to
be-
figure out what can they do, what concessions can be made that they don't have to spend more money to give you
So,
what
so the
you.
quote said aluminum tables with laminate, but they gave us the price for the aluminum tables painted? That was the
No,
mistake?
we asked for wood core laminate, which is a very heavy table,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
Wood.
we asked for that.
During pricing, this particular vendor came back and said, we would recommend you go with aluminum, because it's lighter,
Lemon.
laminate table.
And we said, okay, that's what we wanna go
And
with.
that made sense. So then we went back to the others and said, ABC, everybody go, apples to apples.
Yeah,
These guys ultimately came in the lower. What came off the truck is not aluminum laminate, it's aluminum painted,
so what does
And
the contract say?
Since,
aluminum laminate.
Okay, so
Since-
rate goes back to
and
Ray's
there's,
question.
and
I
there's
don't
no,
get what your point is.
there's no retreating, because Lisa has decreed that these tables are unhygienic, and there are health risks involved, And if that is true and factual, which I assume it is, right, then she can't retreat. We must have the tables we ordered, or at least we can't have these tables.
No, but I guess
That's what
I'll,
he's saying.
No.
It-
I
it-
don't-
No
I think I
financial
get it.
compromise.
Basically, the guy doesn't want to dump more money because it's gonna eat into his profit.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he made a mistake.
Yeah,
So,
all right.
you know, without getting into all the emails and everything else, you know, we've rejected the tables. This is what we do for you.
Yeah.
We work with Lisa, we rejected the table, they haven't put an offer forward. In the meantime, use and abuse the tables all you want.
We're not
At the
paying
end
for
of the day, Lisa says whenever they're using the tables, they put table linens over them. So I don't know how much food really gets in the cracks anyways, but I get it, the
Yeah,
cracks don't need to be
that's
there,
fine,
they're not the
but I
tables
guess-
that we ordered.
That's fine, we talked enough about it, I agree, but what Ray asked, just say, come get the tables, bring us the ones we want, no negotiation.
right, but what we're saying is we want, the reason we accept them for
Unless
now.
they
'cause
discount.
We want tables now.
I agree that, but
Until they
okay.
bring the new tables,
But,
or.
but they said there's a negotiation
No,
involved.
they're saying, if I sold you these tables for $1 a piece, would you take them and forget about the $10,000?
If Lisa says yes,
I think that's what they're trying to say.
right, that's what it comes down to. So when,
When are we
is
gonna
there a
get that
deadline
answer?
that he has to get back to us, or do you know?
Not currently.
Okay, when was it delivered?
They were delivered
3 weeks.
end of March.
So I'm assuming Lisa's contacted or you've contacted them?
I'm in contact with them
Okay.
every week.
And if
Where
so-
are we? What's the
what-
status? Again, we don't have a bill. At the point that he sends a bill and we mark it up and say, come get your tables, we're taking our 10 grand back and we'll go buy other tables. Always our option. This committee can direct me to do that tomorrow if you'd like.
So what about,
I don't reject things outward without somebody's
what about the
approval.
billiard room now? The furniture, the other furniture,
Cheers.
the chairs?
So the chairs for the billiard room and the classroom are a fabric wrapped chair. They have a fabric seat, they have a separate fabric back, they're 2 pieces. For some reason, all of the chairs came off with almost like a wear or a rub mark on the 2 corners of the chairs. Looks like the fabric was probably pulled too tight. As they're bumping around, moving in the truck, they kind of get that rubbed look to them. The vendor, ORI, their project manager was on site that day during delivery, photographed every one of them immediately, wrote to the factory, sent us back a confirmation that yes, they will fabricate all new backs, they're removable, there's screws, they will ship all new backs, come out, replace them all. In the meantime, keep the chairs, have an invoice you for them, use them, enjoy them, they'll replace the backs.
Okay.
I think that's kind of non-issue. Sound systems all installed, we covered that.
Computers?
Computers are all in, on the desks, wired and networked to the server in the head-end room, connected to the outside. Charter Spectrum finally figured out what they need to do, and we'll leave it at that. They have outside connection. I don't think you have connection to Town Hall currently. So those servers need to be connected over the fiber that was installed to do your backup. So right now, they're only backed up.
So they're fully so in
They are
terms of communications,
operational there.
we're fully operational.
Phones will be going in. He's either there tonight or he said tomorrow night, he'll put all the phones in. So they will have phones and computers for Friday's scheduled move-in. Board of Health is scheduled for Friday morning to go over all the final kitchen inspection, electrical, fire protection, fire chief. Everybody is good with kitchen operations. Site work we talked about, pump house stair. Board of Health is confirmed for 4/12, leaving me with your recommendation of getting help to deal with furniture at the senior center. We have an operable stage, movable stage equipment and railings that was ordered from a company called Stage Depot. It is local in Westboro at FedEx, UPS delivery, UPS. They have 2 pallets of staging equipment that will be dropped in the parking lot.
Nice of them.
Really?
Well, it's because it's not, it's from a ship vendor, right? It's shipped across country. They said they do have a lift gate on the truck because that was specified, so they load these pallets off into the parking lot and you own getting them in the building. Now, RAC has laborers, we can ask them, they're gonna charge it.
When is it, do we know when it's coming?
They're waiting for our schedule. So they've contacted us now that it's local. Lisa seemed to think that she's got one maintenance kind of person, but it may take more than that to break these pallets down.
We
And
can just have the DPW go help them bring them inside?
We could certainly ask that.
I mean,
Yeah.
this stuff's gonna be moved.
How
This is a
many-
portable stage,
Right,
so.
I will call them and
Someone's gonna be moving
schedule,
this.
you know,
If you can give me the
Monday,
date,
Tuesday,
right.
you know, whatever that is, but we're gonna need somebody on standby, so when the truck gets there and I go, hey, there's 2 pallets out here, we need to open them up, see if they're damaged, see if they're the right thing, and they ship the right
I'm
thing.
guessing this all has to be put together, maybe.
Yeah,
Monday's a holiday, so I'd prefer not Monday, because
The
I don't want
portable
to pay.
I prefer not Friday or Monday for anything, because
Okay.
that's when something always
It's a
happens.
portable stage, so I guess you must take it and open it and it's built.
I believe there's sections.
Yeah, sections, that's what I'm thinking.
Probably wheels on them.
I'd say a couple
Where are we
hours to
storing
put it
this?
together.
They are supposed to be stored in the storage room.
It'll
off the
probably have to
break
be
room.
assembled.
At the end of the
Right.
Great Hall.
So do you need
It's
the
a port- why
DPW
did we
to
get a
assemble
portable
as well
stage if
as
we're-
bring these items in?
Yes,
They may,
I
yeah.
would think so.
What?
So
I
we,
mean, once they're assembled, I think, you know, they're
probably
movable.
assemble inside, not outside.
Yeah, you gotta assemble them.
So let me, if the DPW can't do it, someone let me know and I'll get 5 guys from my place to go down there and do it, to get them inside.
Whatever,
They will.
you let me know what that
Push
day
and
is,
dick.
I'll try to show up.
Huh?
Something
No,
like
we'll
that.
get-
Go help Chris.
We'll get it done, we'll get
we'll get it
it.
done.
If
I'm
the
not gonna know
DPW,
what I'm looking at.
if the DPW can't do
well,
it.
the
just let us
DPW
know.
and we're not either.
Okay.
Right,
I don't
nobody's
think
gonna know.
anybody's gonna know, but this is a portable stage, so we bought a portable stage because it's gonna be taken down.
Right,
It's not gonna be left up all the time.
no, but
I bet
it goes in that
sections.
big storage room at the end.
Tony, any guess on how much time to deal with this?
I'd say a couple
No
hours.
idea.
Yeah, they need a couple.
I think getting it in the building, if it's 2 pallets, getting in the building's not gonna be, maybe setting it all up.
Well, you're gonna have to take them off the pallets and hand carry them in.
Yeah.
I don't,
Could be 2 pallets or could be 2 pallets.
yeah, I can't, it's a portable stage, so it can't be this much.
Well, like I said, if DPW can't do it, you let me know, all right?
Just,
Sure.
I'm sure there's instructions.
I'll come.
I'm sure there's instructions, okay. Excellent. I will get more information and double back with those who want to be involved. Last thing I have on the agenda, I don't know if you recall this from the police station. DCAM, our Division of Capital Asset Management, requires that we do contractor evaluations on the general contractor and the filed sub-bid contractors. Flooring, plumbing, painting, sprinklers, fire protection, heating, cooling, electrical, resilient flooring, and a couple others. I've reviewed them all, I've marked them all up, gave them scores, and now they need to be signed by the owner before being sent to the subcontractors and to DCAM. I can't recall who signed the ones from PD, but if one of you representing the town would like to review these with me and sign them, then I'll make copies and send them off.
I don't know.
Volunteers,
Does it go in front of the
takers?
board? Does it, I don't know what happens with that, I don't remember.
John, do you remember?
I think,
who signed it?
I think
Did you
Anita
sign it?
signed them.
Anita signed it, maybe?
I think
I think Anita signed them.
Did she?
I would think
Lance,
so.
Copies of those?
You should
Last
keep
time?
copies of them.
If you want, I'd be happy to go over with Tony sometime, unless somebody else
It's
wants to
fine
do
by
it.
me.
No, I mean, Tony knows the ones we had issues with,
Yeah.
we make notes of, and the ones that,
We have one guy with a failing grade. That would be your fire protection guy.
oh, I thought it was, do we rate you too?
No,
We're not gonna let you rate you.
DCAM has not developed a evaluation for owner project managers since 2004 when it was enacted.
Really?
Imagine that.
Wow.
That's amazing.
We got good lobbying happening at the state level.
All right, anything else?
Next month I'll bring the one for the architect, though.
Yeah, there you go.
Motion to adjourn?
Anything else? Okay, all in favor? Whatever you wanna do, let me know.
I'll take a look at those and give them to me in a couple of days, that's fine. That way they can read them, think about it.
I know one guy, you read about fire protection. Yeah, we're working on it.
Site work guy?
Yeah, so I.
He's not a filed sub-bid.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's he?
General subcontractor. They belong to RAC.